Watch for the lights. The revs rise. Just forming at the back. We're waiting for the green flag at the back of the grid. And the tension here at Oschersleben is mounting. The green flag man is there. You can see him right at the back. There it is. It's pretty wet on track. When he leaves the circuit, the lights will go. And we will be away for 35 minutes of race one here at Oschersleben in the Renault World Series. They all spin up, battling for position because the first run down to the little left-handed kink before the hotel bend is crucial. Juggling for position, a good start at this time is absolutely vital. And that looked very much to me like the Australian made a good start, but we're also looking hard as well for Robert Kubica. But who was it got the drop? Was it the number 8 car? Difficult to see the numbers. We'll pick them up, but the conditions... Oh, the number 20 made it through okay. The conditions are treacherous in the extreme. Just look at that. There's absolutely no visibility. Okay, Kubica it was, got the drop power. So Kubica from second place, the 20-year-old Pole vaulted his way into the lead, if you'll pardon the pun. And he's there. Kubica already easing away. Identification is going to be tricky. This first lap is absolutely vital. They just have to feel their way around, get the feel of the tarmac, get the feedback from the car. Standing water. Kubica it is, Will Power. Then Tristan Gomedy. Zuber there in fourth place. So the Carlin Motorsport cars in second and fourth. And I was to have been joined here by the principal of that team, Trevor Carlin, but regrettably, just as the heavens opened, he had to go. He had a crisis to deal with. Tyres were at a premium down there. He had to get down and sort that job. And Kubica it is. 1.5 seconds the gap then. Robert Kubica leading. Will Power there in second place. Tristan Gomedy. Andres Zuber, Marcus Winkelhock, and then it's Montanari in sixth. How they keep it on, I have no idea. Good circuit here at Oschersleben. Difficult even to identify where they are on the circuit. Let's have a look. We've had an incident already. That's the number 7 car. That's Portero, the Spaniard, just about holding it all together in the Epsilon Euskadi car. The wheel, the offside wheel, is actually off the ground. So something wrong with the geometry there. That car is bent. That car is bent. The wheel is not in contact. So he's going to have to retire surely. Portero cannot continue now. That is a stoppage for him. He's dropped right the way out of the running. He seems to be running still. I don't know. It's just amazing. Kubica doing a great job. Power there. Gomedy, Zuber. So at the moment, oh, spin off. It's dramas. One on the grass. Another one gone. That's the number 10 car out of it. That's Costa again. So the Czech's fortunes do not get better. He put it in the gravel there in qualifying yesterday. A little bit of over-enthusiasm, but in actual fact, it was synchronized spinning, and they both go off the track. And oh, goodness me. And there you can see the Czech going through the picture as well. Let's take another look. There is drama here. This is going to be a race of attrition. Clearly, the conditions catching a few of them with their trousers down, but at the front, Kubica holding it together. Power, though, closing. That gap still 1.5 seconds. This is the race at the front. Robert Kubica, the 20. Oh, straight on. Is it into the tyre wall? No, it's not. The number 15 car, that's Tristan Gomedy. Now, he has just spun out of third place. So his fortunes have changed dramatically, but he's got it back on the island. Whether he's clearly lost 2 or 3 places. It's a question of how much he's lost. When we get round to the finish, we'll soon see. But number 11 going through, Mehdi Benani in the Avalon Formula car, the Asian runner-up in the Asian Championship. Number 4 in the picture there. There's Will Power. Power in second place. Absolutely fantastic performance by Kubica. What a great number 10 spinning off. So that's Costa again. Costa's fortunes go from Bell. That's the replay. We saw that earlier. Costa then, is his race going to be over, or can he get it back together? That remains to be seen. This battle now between these two. They're the arch rivals in the championship. And it's turning out to be a 2-horse race so far. Further back though, Gomondy still being credited with 3rd place, so that spin kept him there. This is the battle, and the fastest lap now by Robert Kubica, 1:35.076. That compares with the 1:11.904 he did yesterday afternoon to put him on pole position for race 2. So there's a lot more to come from the young Pole. And the times, as you can see, some 20 seconds a lap slower than they would be in the dry, and it's hardly surprising. It is very wet out there. Even on the start-finish straight, looking out of the commentary box window, there is no dry line to be seen. How you cope with 425 horsepower in these conditions, I've no idea. 600 kilograms of car will want to try and throw itself off the circuit at every corner. But there Will Power now, number 12 in the gravel. That's Ivan Bellarosa, the Italian, the 29-year-old 2003 Formula 3 Italian champion. And there is how it happened. Just a nice spin, 180 degrees backwards into the gravel. And I have to say, there's no way back from that. He is out of it. And that's a shame, because Bellarosa was sitting in a reasonable championship position. Who's that? Can't see the number. Oh no! Out of second place, the Australian Power has gone. So Will Power is out of second place, and with that goes a 12-point championship, and also he's got the 1 point for pole position. But now we have a clear leader. The young Pole, Robert Kubica, is out there on his own, some 7.8 seconds clear. 16 out of it. Simon Pagenaud from Poitiers. Look at the damage on that car. So that's a very big coming together as well. So Pagenaud out of it. He was lying 12th in the championship, the 21-year-old. Bellarosa, that was Pagenaud, I can tell you that was not Bellarosa. So a bit of confusion there, and I'm not surprised. It's a very confusing day here, but not for Robert Kubica, because he's out there in front. As he come over the line next time, you will see a change in the running order. Number 15, Tristan Gomondy, has done himself a power of good by spinning off and saving it. He's now back in the running, and unless I'm very much mistaken, he will be credited with second place. He is indeed. He is 4.2 seconds behind Robert Kubica. And number 15, Tristan Gomondy, then in second place. There's your race leader, looking cool, slightly damp, but very collected. About half distance in this race now. And the gap 4.2. Gomondy has got him in sight, but we've seen what happens. Now, whether he can push and close that gap, he's bringing it down a bit. He's a little bit under. He's lapping quicker than Kubica. This is where the race is at the moment. Up into third is Andreas Zuber. So Zuber has got some consolation for the Carlin Motorsport team. He was second in Zolder, the 21-year-old Austrian, and he's in third place in this race. So although their star man Power is out of it, and I have to say Will Power has been unreliable in the early stages of the championship with spinning off. It's all about consistency, and Kubica is demonstrating that consistency immaculately. Mehdi Benani being chased. Well, Benani is a lap adrift, I have to say. So that is the gap over the start-finish straight is visible. We're looking now at the second place Gomedi, Tristan Gomedi, the number 15 car. Kubica leads, the gap 3.3. Pavlovic is there in fourth place. Now that's a good result for the Yugoslavian. Milos Pavlovic, we've got to see better from him. He was in fact third in Bilbao. There's the second place man. This the battle now for third place. There's plenty going on further down the order. Zuber's third place is coming under some pressure now from the number 24 car of Pavlovic. There's nothing between those two. When they went over the line, it was under 1 second. So Zuber has to really keep an eye on his mirrors. They're the race leader, the number 8 car. Robert Kubica doing a grand job here, and it's getting lighter. It's getting lighter, and as it gets lighter, it gets a little bit drier, and the speeds go up. Just gradually, push them up gradually. There's no way they can overcook it in these conditions. The last thing he wants to do is throw away this 15-point lead. But the gap is coming down all the time. Gomendi is eating into the lead of Robert Kubica, but Kubica's cool. He's a really calm and collected driver. There he is, the number 8 car. Head on, it looks like number 11. There was some confusion there on my part, I have to say, early on. If you look at that number, does that look like a number 8? But when you get it sideways on, clearly it is the pole. There he is, Kubica, taking the wide line into the left-hander before the right-hand hairpin of Hotel. Ordinarily would have been taken in third gear. This the battle for third place. In fact, they're all together. Van Lagen is up there as well. Van Lagen is in with a shout. There are 3 cars vying now for this third place. Zuber is really holding up the traffic. He's under some pressure now. Number 22, Alex Danielsson from Sweden, closing. All these young drivers will be getting pretty hot and excited under their crash helmets. Jaap van Lagen, number 14, double Benelux winner. Oh no, who's that out of it? Who's that spinning off? Gomendi, are we looking? No, Kubica's still going. Kubica's still going. I thought for a dreadful moment that was Robert Kubica, but it could well be his teammate. Recently appointed as a technical director for the Jordan F1 team. So fingers in a few pies, Trevor Carlin, a much respected man, one of the main faces in the paddock. And in fact, when I was walking around earlier, a young German spectator asked for Trevor Carlin's autograph. He said, well, I'm not a driver. He said, no, Mr. Carlin, I know you're not a driver. You are more famous than the drivers. So there's a feather in your cap, Trevor. Sorry you couldn't join us, but I know you've got your hands full down there on the grid. Green flag, the race is on. Kubica did a great job and worked the pace car to, oh, look at the battle going on now. It's going to be so close between Danielson, Valles and Salignon. That battle for third, fourth, fifth, and also Gomedi. Tristan Gomedi felt that he had the chance of a slingshot at Robert Kubica at the front. So first and second car, status quo, but this is the battle now for third. In fact, even the number 20 car, Damien Passini, is in with a shout of third. They all must see the opportunity here to really go for it. 9 laps remaining under a green flag situation, and it is tricky out there. Very tricky indeed. Kubica looking for a little bit of water on the outside, keeping his tyres cool, running wide but under control, feeling his way in there. What a great talent this young man is. And little known in his native Poland, as it happens. He's done most of his formative racing in France. There back in the pits, team boss watching the monitor, the timing. That's exactly the same information that we have here in the commentary box. And already these two just stretching out a little bit. Zuber it is, still in the Carlin Motorsport car. The 21-year-old Austrian who is sitting currently in 8th in the championship. So if Zuber can come home in 3rd place and earn himself some decent points, then that will be great. That will get him 10 points if he can come in 3rd. 15 on for Kubica in the lead and 12 for Gomedy. Gomedy sitting 4th in the title, the 2nd place car. The number 15 car is sitting in 4th place in the title standings. Adrien Vallès in 5th place. So the Pons car, 3rd place in the championship for Vallès. Oh, Gomedy almost making a move. Gomedy taking a look there, just showing the front end of his car to Robert Kubica, and the gap now under a second. So the race is on. The race is on. This is the battle for 3rd. In 3rd place still, it's Zuber. But let's focus on this scrap at the front. Gomedy having to take different lines, because if he thinks there's a way past, then he's going to have to do it on a different part of the circuit, up the inside, almost of Kubica, but Kubica won't be flustered. He knows that he's got a healthy championship lead. He also knows that his main rival in the championship is out of the race. So the most he can do is give away 3 points to Gomedy, which will not be a particular problem to him because his championship lead is so strong. Just look at the composure. Kubica in the Epsilon car. Now Gomedy might take a slingshot here and try up the inside at Hotel. No, he's too far back. There's not even the remotest chance of a toe there. Round the right-hander. Let's talk. Oh, another coming together on the grass. So 2 cars, and my guess would be that those were 2 of the cars battling for that 3rd place. And who is it going off? That's number 21. That's Salignon. Yes, he was. Salignon was in that early bunch battling. So Eric Salignon, the Frenchman, out of the running. And at the front, it's still very much alive. That's thinned out that little battle. That's given Kubica a bit of a breathing space. Gomedy seems to have just dropped back the Belgian. French Formula 3 champion in 2002, Tristan Gomedy. And he's a winner in this series. We have only had 7 winners in the Renault World Series in 2005. But I suppose when I say only 7 winners illustrates just how open this competition is. Power has won 2, but he won't do anything in this one. Kubica has won 2, he won in Bilbao and Zolder. Portero won in Valencia. Gomedy, the man in your picture now, took a win in Valencia. Montanari won in Monaco. Toccocello, who is no longer in the series but might be back for Donington, is also a winner at Zolder. And Marcus Winkelhock won in Le Mans. Winkelhock not having a good day. He is 2 laps adrift, 3 laps adrift now. The number 18 car, Marcus Winkelhock, in front of his home crowd. 6 laps remaining. It is gonna go down to the wire. The Epsilon Euskadi car, fastest lap again for Robert Kubica, so there is another point going to him. If he still maintains the fastest lap at the end of the race, he will have done an excellent job and picked up 16 points. Six laps remaining. A rundown on the top positions. Kubica leading, Gomedy there, the battle you're watching in 2nd place. Then it's Andres Zuber. Danielson is in 4th. Adrien Vallès in 5th place. Damien Passini in 6th, the number 20 car. Then it's Jaap van Lagen, the number 14 car, the Benelux double champion, Dutch Formula 4 double champion, driving for the KTR team. Ryan Sharp having a better drive. So the Englishman, the number 27 car, Ryan Sharp, up into 9th place at the moment. 26-year-old 2003 German Renault champion. Slight problems with the picture here in the commentary box, but we have good visibility around the circuit, and still that battle going on as they go across the line. A lot happening in the scrap for third, fourth and fifth places. Danielson in fourth, Adrian Valles still sitting there in fifth, but 10 seconds adrift. Now Kubica beginning to stretch, 1.4 seconds now the gap from the race leader. Kubica still there. This is a great performance for him. 5 laps remaining. 5 laps remaining. .349 the gap. Now, with Donington coming up next, after this, mid-September, this whole circus moves to Donington. Kubica's chance of lifting the championship is looking stronger, ever stronger, because the main protagonist, Will Power, sadly is out of it, but he's got a second chance today in the big race today, the 45-minute race, in which they will have a pit stop, and that appears to be the strength of the Carlin Motorsport team. They are very quick at their pit stops, and in the past, in previous races, they have eclipsed Kubica on the pit stop alone. Over the line again they go. Kubica still there, Comedy 1.4, so he's now beginning to stretch again. He's got the measure of the number 15 Belgian driver. Zuber, the Austrian, then still in third, but he is 10 seconds off the lead. But right with him is Danielson and Valles, and Passini is still there in sixth, 14 seconds away. Then it's Van Lagen. So a whole pack battling up, breathing down the neck of Andreas Zuber. 21-year-old Austrian, second in Zolder. And he might well pull off a third here, but with 4 laps remaining, it's going to be nip and tuck going into the closing stages. Out the back of the circuit, where it's now extremely, extremely damp as well, and very, very difficult for them to maneuver. But when they get onto the start-finish straight here, there is a dry line appearing in the middle of the circuit. Kubica now looking pretty tidy. He's looking very tidy indeed. The interesting thing is going to be that battle for third, fourth and fifth. Rounds remaining in this championship after Donington. Round 8 is in Estoril in Portugal at the famous GP circuit. And the whole circus wraps up with round 9 in Italy at Monza. And what a successful season it's been for Renault World Series. They promote a terrific event. Spectators actually are admitted free of charge. It's all on Renault, if you like, and terrific ambassadors they are for motor racing. We had demonstrations yesterday of the Renault Formula One car, which left absolutely nothing to the imagination. It was nothing if not deafening as well, I can tell you. But Gomendy now has got the best lap, 1:32. He's dropped into the 32, so he's on for an extra point with 3 laps remaining. Whether, in fact, Robert Kubica will rise to the challenge, or whether he feels he needs to rise to the challenge, he's sitting in a pretty comfortable position. As I said, he will move on with 15 points to 101. In fact, 102 if he can get that fastest lap. So that will move him 40 points clear of Will Power, who then has it all to do in the second race this afternoon. Danielson right there now, just 1 second behind Andreas Zuber in third. And we still have 14 cars all running in the same lap. Fukuda is still going. The number 17 Japanese driver still going there, albeit 2 laps adrift. Meneghello is 4 laps adrift, and then they drop off the pace. The victims who have ended in the gravel, of course, we've seen a lot of those cars being lifted away. Their race has come to nothing. But they can do it all again this afternoon. And Kubica, I feel, with 2 laps remaining, can enjoy the luxury of a healthy points cushion. Commandee's result as well. Tristan Commandee's result will do him the power of good, because it will mean that with 12 points he will move on to 57 points, not ahead of Valles, but significantly closer. I'm not even going to attempt the maths yet, because it's tempting fate with 2 laps remaining. Literally anything can happen. I do feel that there's going to be that huge scrap. Somebody's going to have a run at Zuber for 3rd place, because he's 13.8 seconds off the leader, and Danielson less than a second behind him, then it's Adrien Valles, and then it's Passini. So there are 4 cars there, all in with a shout of 3rd place. Over the line they go. On the last lap then, it's Kubica in the lead, 1.673 seconds from Comandee. And Zuber has just got that half a second advantage. It's going to be nip and tuck from Danielson. Axel Danielson, the number 22 car, there in 4th place. And the temptation will just be too great. The rostrum will beckon. Danielson will throw caution to the wind and have a run at Andreas Zuber, I am absolutely sure. On the last lap then, Kubica in control here of this race. What a polished performance, moving the young Pole on to 3 wins in the championship and leapfrogging him clear of the main challenger in the title chase, Willpower. Adrien Valles will do himself a power of good. 5th place for him will earn him some very nice points indeed. Kubica it is on the last lap. Not going to put any foot wrong this time. He won't do anything silly. It's going to be a controlled performance, and indeed the checkered flag is out, and he does it. The gap 1.728 seconds. Now who's going to get the run coming down then towards the flag for this fantastic battle for 3rd? Out of the turn, it is Zuber gets it. Zuber gets it from Danielson. Valles goes over in 5th place. So the number 5 car 5th in the race, hotly followed by Passini and Van Lagen. Van Lagen recovered well for 7th. 24 seconds off the lead, but no mistaking the leader, Robert Kubica. He will be reveling in that, and what a great performance that was. And did he get the fastest lap? Well, our information on the screen doesn't tell us whether he did get the fastest lap. The last time we looked, that honour was held by Tristan Comandee. The Belgian will have earned 1 point to add to the 12 for 2nd place, so he'll have picked up 13. Kubica, though, on 15, a great performance. So 101 points then the pole now has. He'll get another one for pole position this afternoon, because he starts race 2 from pole position. So the future's looking very, very rosy indeed for the 20-year-old Polish driver. A rundown then on the top 6. Robert Kubica in the lead. He lifted it. Tristan Comandee, the Belgian, in 2nd. Andreas Zuber, 3rd place. That is your rostrum. Axel Danielson was 4th. Then Adrien Valles. Then Damien Passini was 6th. Jaap van Lagen was 7th. And the number 29 car of Daniel La Rosa, 8th. Ryan Sharp for Great Britain, 36 seconds off the lead. Picks up 2 points for 9th place. And your 10th finisher, the number 24 car, Milos Pavlovic from Yugoslavia. He gets a point for his trouble and goes into the 2nd race this afternoon in much better shape.